Fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. This is part 2 of the I've had it with the Christian girlies in MLM, plus one man, Dan Valentine on the other video. I thought this was going to be longer, so this is part 2. Part 1 is, if you haven't watched it, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not in order, but Part 1 featured Dan Valentine of Optavia. Then we had Kelsey Rhae of Prove It. Then Kayla Betts, who I spent the last video saying was in Make Wellness, but she's actually in Nueva. And then Kenley, Brooke, Mendoza, of Amare. So that's part 1. Part 2, we got some Toni Vanshoyck of Firmaglow. Are you feeling glorific? Are you feeling glowtacular? And Thea Wood from Optavia. So if there may be, I may chuck another one in there, just to balance it out. But yeah, I've had it with the Christian girlies. They are mixing business and religion, and it just seems to be so connected to being MAGA. And there are so many things that are wrong with that because of the cult mentality. Like, these people are already susceptible to cult tactics, and it's religion and politics and the MLM. And then with a lot of them, this health stuff. And it's so destructive. And I don't think people realize that a lot of cults finish with mass death. It is because the cult leader can't picture a world in which they are not the leader. And so when they sense that, or, they plan a mass suicide, or they can see the end coming, or they have a doomsday prediction, which they will ensure comes true. So there's a lot to it. And the destruction of the MAGA cult and the Maha cult is based on eugenics, on so many tenets of white nationalism and Christian nationalism. And I just think they want the world to burn if they can't have it the way that they want it. Yeah, so it's a bit grim, but we can break it down. We can break it down and expose it, and have faith that maybe we're smarter than that and not as crazy. Well, we might be as crazy, but not about the, we take medication for it. So, all right, enjoy. All right, so we're on to Toni. Oh, I don't know if I can't think I showed mine. Here's my bookends. I'm so happy with how they're turning out. I've just got to fix the top because there was a bit of a gap. But I'm very happy with how they worked out. Okay, so Toni Vanshoyck, formerly of Monate, she was the first market partner. And has that made her humble and down to earth? Nope. Nope. No. Let's just say it's a big old no. It's the biggest no. All right. Something weird happened. She got baptized. Personally, we did a thing. Is it 2016? We did a thing. No, why are we still saying this? Toni is if I was to get Upline's hubris into the dictionary, Um, and I needed a picture, Toni would be it. Oh, or Christy X or oh, that's a hard one. Both are just all the worst. Um, she's not humble and she has an ego that's off the charts because she was the first Monate market partner. So girl's got a lot of confidence. All right. So this is yesterday, Catherine Trelaw, that's her daughter, and I were baptized by my brother and sister in Christ. Thank you, Macmillan Stewart and DL Squire for sharing this special moment with us. And thank you to our friends that prayed over us, especially over the last year. Stuart McMillan is the ex-president of Monate. He was terminated a couple of months before Toni. And then there was this big thing about you're not allowed to socialize with him. Even his own daughter wasn't allowed to see him, and she got terminated. It was all very dodgy. There were lawsuits, but he was always considered to be like the religious heart of the company, even though we know that he had trolling the trolls, an account to troll like anti-MLM. And he was not very Christian in the trolling. But like, why are you getting baptized now? Do you get baptized more than once? I didn't think you did. I thought baptism was just the one time. Huh, it's just so bizarre, you know? Anyway, so Toni has a new company. It's called Firmaglow. They sell fermented hair care. Firmaglow. Just the worst name. Oh my God. Again, it's the upline's hubris. She thinks everything she does is amazing because she used to be the number one at Monate. And I remember a time where we would never see her. We didn't, I remember seeing her in a video for the first time ever. Um, gosh, maybe 3 years ago, 3-ish years ago. And Chelsea was covering her. And Chelsea Suarez, who I don't watch anymore. Um, you know, good for you if you do. I'm not a fan. Um, but we hadn't seen hide nor hair of it, and all of a sudden, like she's speaking out, and she's, you know, just getting that awareness of who she was made me realize, oh, she's in trouble. That's why any of them start like getting their face out there. Because everybody else who is earning enough money, they're coasting. They're not getting on social media saying, I need to recruit. And it happens with so many Monate people. Like, ooh, whatever they do, it's a big downfall. And, you know, like, it does seem like, um, I don't know, there seems to be, I always thought, so their ex-top leader, Jacqueline Ortega, was her maiden name. Um, and now Jacqueline Goldridge, you would not have known she was in Monate. She was the number one earner. Toni was the number one, like the first market partner, but she was not the number one earner. Jacqueline was. And if you did not know that she was in Monate, you would not have known. She just looked like a flexing influencer. Here's my expensive holiday. Here's my expensive handbag. Same with her and Brittany Sauer. And now, guess what they're doing? Trying to recruit for Monate. So it's really interesting how that happens. Yeah, weird. I don't know why she. Oh my God, look at you guys. Oh, I forgot. I'm glad that I came back to this because, oh, they've got a podcast. Hair it first. Look, Toni. Puns. Let's talk about puns. Puns are fine. Does your whole company have to be based on puns, though? Or is it just going to be glorific? Is it just going to be glow terrible? Fucking hell. I didn't even realize that that's the name of the podcast. I only just realized it now looking at it, and I'm just like, kill me. um, New podcast alert. When three stylists walk into a podcast, you know it's about to be good. Fucking hell. What? What? I know, like, the premise is that three, a priest, a rabbi, and an imam walk into a bar or whatever, like, I get it, but it's not, like, it so misses the mark. Meet our powerhouse trio. Three down to earth, um, laugh till you snort kind of women who aren't afraid to spill stories, share the real stuff, and that remind you that life and hair doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Oh my God, what a great message. So good. It's funny, it's honest, it's for everyone, really. Men, like really butch men, okay? Really butch lesbians who could give two fucks about their hair. They're gonna love it. Really? Babies? Really old people with no hair? Men with no hair? Um, Whether you're behind the chair or behind a desk, you'll relate, laugh, and probably walk away inspired and maybe a little obsessed. Oh! Whether tune in, turn it up, and let's glow with them every episode. Links in comments. The name of the fucking podcast is Hair at First. Oh my God, I want to kill myself. Sorry, in Minecraft. All right, let me go to this one. The data is real, and we are excited to take this to the next level. Well, I hope so, because this is abysmal. This data is bullshit. This is sad. This is fucking sad. Just saying. We launched in August and already have over 1,000 incredible people loving the product. Okay. The 300,000 in revenue, over 70,000 paid out in commissions on our first full month. The momentum is real. Are you ready? You've only just had your first full month. How is there momentum? It's literally a line that goes from zero, like one. You've got one data point. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And if you have 1,000 customers, which I think is pathetic, how many of them are distributors too? I'd like to know. And you got $300,000 in revenue. That means per person, the customer spent $300. So, and if we're looking at the cost of everything, so you got to take 70K out for commissions, then we have 230K left. We probably need to pay for the product, corporate stuff, rent. What else? I don't know. Insurance. I don't know that there's a lot of revenue, especially just depends how much the markup is on shampoo and conditioner, like what the products. So yeah, I don't know how good it's going. The point is here, they are mixing God and business, and it's disgusting. All right, let's watch this one.
Hi, everyone. Toni Vanshoyck here, co-founder and CEO of Firmaglow. And I just wanted to share some stuff with you this morning because I was doing some research and I really wanted to talk about, how God wants us to be abundant. And again, this is going to be a couple of different categories, but I just want to.
She started that video off saying she's the CEO and founder of Firmaglow and then went straight to religion. Direct correlation. And she was talking about, what did she say? Something about abundance.
Abundant. And again, this is going to be a couple of different categories, but I just want to share with you, we're going to be talking about God's promise of abundance, wealth with purpose, and business as kingdom work, along with the overflow mentality.
Business as kingdom work. Inexplicably tying these concepts together. Like, there is no other way to read that. She is trying to get people to associate the business with the religion. Now, why would she do that? Out of, like, is she just such a Christian? She's like, I have to do it this way? No. It's a manipulation technique to put that on people who are in the company so then they feel like they're not just letting the company down or their upline down. They're letting God down if they leave this fucking business. That's what Toni and people like her do. Oh, I guess you just didn't want it enough. Oh, like Kelsey Rhae, you're just lazy. How about this? Get fucked,
But I just want to tell you that these four, different categories, when I was doing this research, how does this relate to business? Because this is so important.
It doesn't. Really, it doesn't. But you're going to make it relate to business because you want to use the Bible and God to make a profit. That's why. She said something else. What was it?
Mentality. But I just want to tell you that these four, different categories, when I was doing this research, how does this relate?
Oh, where did the research come from? Where's the research? Where's the research about any of all this? Where'd you get it? What's the source? How reliable is the source? Because you could just be, because she's such a woo-woo conspiracy theorist. Like, I don't trust your source. But I don't think you would be a good fucking researcher of anything. It's all confirmation bias. And I'm going to guess that you fed some of this into ChatGPT. And that's why it's so sort of like on message. It's like, here's the concept. Da 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 da. So let's keep listening, shall we?
To business? Because this is so important. And this is for all entrepreneurs, all network marketers, all new generational marketers, right? It's that God equips you with creativity, strategies, and opportunities so your business isn't just about making money. It's multiplying resources, blessing others, building legacy, and fueling kingdom work, his work.
Oh man, I'm so sick of this shit getting shoved down my throat. Like, can you please just be a good person? Jesus didn't like MLMs and like he liked poor people. He fed the hungry. He clothed, the naked. He housed the unhoused. Like, he was generous. He wasn't like these people. Like, it's just gross.
Wealth is a tool in your hands for impact, not just for personal gain. So when we change, and I have to go back again, I just thought about this as I was, starting this video. is how many times wealth, abundance, how many times is it mentioned? Because honestly, when you're
In what? What are you talking about? Wealth and abundance in the Bible? A few times? Like, what are you talking about? What's that got to do with anything? This is all just trying to get people indoctrinated into what she's thinking.
wealthy, right? That includes the key important pillars of your life. And for example, ours for us is family, fitness, faith.
Already heard that like before, but family. And that's not one of her dumb puns. She's just why don't she just correct herself just then? Oh, she's so vain.
Finances, freedom, right? So we always talk about that, around that, and finances, around that, those particular things. But I just want you to be encouraged as I share over the next.
Oh, and she said finances twice. We get it. Are you hurting? Are you hurting? Are you putting money into Firmaglow? Is it diminishing your pile of money that you got from being a scammer at Monet?
Next few days, how this can really, really, help you frame, your mindset for your business. All right, you guys, stay tuned. Love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, she sucks. She sucks so much. Just because also she's such a wacko conspiracy theorist. She has like influence and yeah, the worst. All right, we're up to Tia Wood. Kick fear in the face. That's her book and slogan. Tia Wood is with Optavia. They have a starvation diet that they put on people. And yeah, a lot of fat shaming, a lot of disordered eating, and she and her husband are basically like one of the tops of Optavia. They're earning a lot of money. They built a gym. We're gonna see the gym that they built. It's called the Hive. And it's a really nice looking gym. I like the gym, no offense to the gym. Um, it didn't do anything wrong. These people are just gross. All right, let's hear what Tia's got to say.
Let me tell you something that may sound insane at first, but your spirit already knows it's true. You were never ordinary. You were never safe. You were never supposed to blend in because you were chosen. And not by man, not by popularity, not by religion, not by bloodline or birthright, but by a God who whispered your name before time had a clock. While others were being formed, you were being forged. While they got blessings, you got battles. While they got platforms, you got pits. But here's the secret hell doesn't want you to know. The pit was never punishment, it was preparation. You weren't overlooked, you were hidden because chosen ones aren't put on display. They're put through fire because only those who've survived the furnace can carry the flame. See, there's a reason the enemy came for your mind early, a reason betrayal.
Oh, did the enemy come for your mind, Tia? Is that what happened? Interesting.
Hit you harder than most. A reason you've been tired but still unbroken, crushed but never destroyed. Because there's something embedded in you that hell can't delete, a divine code that's...
I don't know why that cut off there, but I don't know that was helpful. But again, this is about how these people fit the God thing into their advertising for Optavia.
I just never imagined I could ever wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and do that for 40 days. If you would have asked me that a couple years ago, I'd be like, you are crazy. But when I started on this journey and really like about 3 months into the Hive, I was like, I think I need to go into the Hive at 4 a.m. for 40 days. Like I felt like God was asking me to do that. And I guess I surprised myself with how disciplined I have become. And I think any moment in our life, we can make a decision to partner with a new narrative. And that's what I've been surprised with this year.
Wow, just amazing. Just so inspiring. Really? Do you have to say 4 a.m. in the morning? That's in the morning. Like, okay. And is this a comparison to Jesus? Because the 40 days Feels like it. Is that sacrilegious? I think it is. I think it's a little bit sacrilegious. So yeah, great job, Tia. It's just it it feels like it's more of a thing that she can say. Oh, you can't go to the gym? I wake up every day at 4 a.m. in the morning. You know, I I'm the real committed person. Oh, do you have to take your kids to school? Is it, breakfast and drop off time? Well, I go to the gym at 4 a.m. in the morning. So I can still do that. Even though my kids are doing the online school that we own. Yeah, feels very, very sanctimonious here. Like, look at me. I'm obviously the best.
I think we saw behind the scenes of this, and Doug is just like silent. Dressed casually, she's got high heels and a dress on. I swear, guy. Yeah. All right. So Tia Wood was at the Hive Fit Club. The Hive, more than a gym, it's an experience. Yeah, yeah. I think that's quite on purpose because you want your downline to make a pilgrimage to the Hive to pay their pen. Like, here, oh, I love my uplines. I worship them. When we designed the Hive, we didn't just build a gym, we created an experience. Why? Why not just build a gym? I think that they wanted it to be an experience instead of just being a gym, because if it's just a gym, you can go anywhere for that. But then you need to stick around for their gym because it's special. At the heart of it is our gather space, the center of community connection and transformation. Yes, we have top of the line bodybuilding equipment, state of the arts training tools for personalized results driven workouts. In our lift area, Hive is so much more than that. Our movement classes are where breakthrough happens. They've become a cornerstone of our members, and guests come from all across the valley to be a part of our move classes and our monthly beehives. Did you know membership includes all our group classes have held every day at the Hive? Well, it does. We met Pilates, done guns. We met Pilates, buns and guns, soft upper and lower body focus days, and freaking cardio killer class, DM move. And I will get you more details. Over the past month, I have partnered with incredible Alyssa Keaton of Revelation Wellness to bring activation and movement classes to Partnership Beehive.
Drumsticks in hand, they reminded us what it means to truly worship through movement. The 2 hours together today was nothing short of powerful and transformative. We're going to see a bit of a video from that. With these people, plus I am coming with some fresh and relevant wisdom I have been learning in real time with God. What's your qualifications to minister to people and to train people? All these people, and they all do it. Even Kelsey Rhae. Probably Kayla Betts not as much at the moment, but I bet she goes down that road. Like, I could see the future. She likes to rage bait as well. So, yeah, like, what are your qualifications to do any of this? And keeping on going. If you are looking, I'm going to skip a little bit. If you are looking for community and ready to go next level in your health, let me know. I would love to get you connected into the Hive. So, to me, that's a little bit of Optavia talk. To get you to go next level in your health, that is definite language that they use in Optavia, even though it's a starvation diet. Okay, so I think that she's not just mixing the God and the religion and all that sort of stuff with the MLM, but she's also got her own business that she's promoting the gym. So you have to wonder, where are your loyalties? She would say, oh, it's with God. But I'm not too sure. I think that whatever is going to make her the most money, her and Doug, they're both very shallow people. No, sorry, Doug's more shallow. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a gym. Why are you trying to do all of this other stuff?
Why not just be a gym? Why not just be a gym? Making the community contingent on being a member of the group and being in the gym and the MLM. Ugh, so predatory.
We have my friend Elisa Keaton here. Just want to share with everyone what's been happening with the women here.
We get stronger in community, and actually our bodies need to be in the room with other bodies. So we're going to move our bodies together, and something powerful happens. When we move rhythmically, we move together, we move in our own unique way, and we ask God to come, and he comes. He is no respecter of a boundary. He will come when he's wanted.
And we've made space here for that type of breakthrough to happen here in the Hive.
And I promise you, at our Hive events with me at Revelation Wellness, everybody belongs. Amen. Everybody. I encourage you to come by faith and see what happens.
Yeah, everybody, babies, old people, it just seems so predatory with people who seem to be vulnerable. Like,
They are taking advantage of that vulnerability, because you think of when you finish like a big workout, especially if they've been priming you the whole time, like, this is our deep, warrior, get in touch with your inner strength, all that sort of jazz, like really priming them. And then I'm sure that there was meditation in that, which may not have been called meditation, because some Christians are against meditation because they think it's to do with Hinduism. But like, there's a lot of priming that is going on, and perhaps it's for the betterment of the person, but essentially it's recruiting. It's recruiting either for the church, to join the gym, or to join up to Thea. And that is terrible. Like, these people have no conscience for, like, the actual, they say, like, we really care about their souls. No, you don't. You care about having a big bank account. And you're using Christianity to do that. So remember, all of these things are seamlessly inserted into her social media. So it's all very, very deliberate. It's all, mixed in so that you cannot see that they're separate. So it's God, it's the gym, and it's the MLM. It's all connected. And if you're going to be with us, you have to roll with that. There's no way that you can't be a part of this, and then to tie it all into the God and the religion, it's very dangerous for the Christian, especially if they're really a true believer. Doug and Tia, I don't know. Because they do have a lot of hubris. They're very shallow, they're very vain, that, they have a lot of sins. And, in their book, I don't care about that shit. But I don't, like, I would be worried for somebody who's a true believer, because they are going to do things which they're being manipulated into doing, because Doug and Tia have said it's all right, and they're posing as wonderful Christians. So it's not just, oh, they're just being, they're not very nice people. No, they could pose genuine harm to people. And I know JJ tells the story of when she left network marketing, and there were some bleak times when she did, I think, attempt an unaliving. And I think there was a lot connected to that. And it's not just the MLM, but I know that she has talked about the inexplicable. No, it's not really inexplicable, but the connection of the MLM to the religion was very much the barrier to her not like quitting before she did, until it was, like, you have to do this or you know or else. Yeah. So Tia and Doug, they know what they're doing. It's shameless and disgusting. It's all mixed in, and they know exactly what they're doing.
God has a way of like orchestrating our path. And that's what I keep thinking about when people come to the Hive. The pursuit of God is on all of our lives. I just want to be part of that story of redeeming whatever happened to them in their life where they got some bad taste in their mouth about God. Hive was designed for us to help break down those walls of resistance and help heal people, to help people find their story, find their testimony, find their redemption.
Why? Why do you have to do that if you're in a gym? Aren't you just working your quads and your lats? Like, it's so bizarre to have that so connected.
Why, yes, I am recording this over many multiple days. I just got caught up in it. So the other thing, like, again, what are your qualifications for doing this? Who asked you to do this? Like, it it feels like a grift. It's like one grift after another. And you're saying, this is for their redemption, this is for God, blah, blah, blah. Does that put money in your pocket, though? It sure does, doesn't it? So you look at these prosperity gospel people, like, they do not live a modest life. By no means. The cars, the clothes, Gucci cowboy, they live an extravagant life. They used to have a home, like a spectacular home gym. So as you can imagine, like, that's what that gym looks like. Like their the Hive gym, which is now their gym, like, obviously is pretty spectacular as well. But their home gym was huge. I don't. They could have charged people to come to their home gym, but no, it's got to be extra because that's what it's all about, you know. And like I said, I thought people here were here just to work out, and that's okay. Like, you don't have, it doesn't have to be connected to God. The next one is more about the gym and what their motivation is. Well, what they say their motivation is. Capitalism. That's been my answer to most things. One of my colleagues, we were talking about how people are being asked to come back into work, and I said, it's capitalism. It's capitalism. People want to pay the rents. It's all capitalism. All right.
When you discover your testimony, you realize that the testing of your faith has developed perseverance. Where the enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy, God wants to step in to redeem and heal every part.
What are we doing here? Where the enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy, God wants to step in to redeem and heal every part. Are people being stolen? Are they victims of a theft? Like, what do you mean? Is that who you're talking about? The people who go to the gym? That's kind of ridiculous, you know? Perseverance makes sense with working out, but I really don't understand, like, redemption from what? For what? And working out, doesn't it get messy? Isn't this messy to work? to connect God to working out? Like, what if you get injured? You know, like it seems like it could get complicated. And you throw like disordered eating or particular eating in there, and I'm not like, it doesn't sound healthy, because health is about the mental part of it as well. Like, if you're going in, like, that could be really destructive to somebody who thinks that they need to be punished by God for their sins, because do Christians sin a lot? Yeah. So it's like, can you just, like, why do you have to mix them? I know why. They have to mix them because they want to they want to try and connect everything in your life to the church, so then you can't leave it. It's sunk cost fallacy. Like, you already committed. You committed your life to Jesus. You can't give up now. You've got this gym membership. You can't give up now. God would want you to keep on going. Very, very dangerous territory for anybody who can be easily influenced, which is most Christians, because there's just a general trust, and in non-Christians as well, that I think we used to live in a world where we would assume people are good, that there are the default setting for everyone. I think that was even me. People are good. And unfortunately for us, the people who think, when we think people are good, the people who aren't good take advantage of that. And I feel like that is something that happens in Christianity, especially prosperity gospel, because your pastor, your lead minister or whatever, has a Rolls Royce, has a couple of PJs, private jets. You got a shitty car that doesn't work. You can't afford to get fixed up, and you're tithing 10 to 20% of your pay. Think about that. Like, it is not good enough to say that you're going to have all of the gifts of heaven in death. You, like, wait until you die. You're going to have it all. It's going to be so great. No, we can have it all now, today, on this earth. And anybody who's telling you you can't is a liar, and they want something from you. So all of this bullshit, and this is why places like Nazi Germany, okay, they didn't like religion, and same with the communists who did it badly. They didn't want you to believe in a heaven, right? Because it made you stay where you were in life, because it wouldn't make you want to change your life, because you thought you were going to get rewards in death, right? So to get the rewards in life, yeah, there does have to be changes. You do have to take action. And yeah, sorry, I'm going off on a real tangent there, but I'm just saying, like, having heaven in the picture as the reward when you die is something that people take advantage of, and they can make you think that it's worth living a shitty life because you'll be rewarded in death. And I don't think that's good enough. I think we deserve to live good lives now. We deserve to have all of our needs met.
That's why we knew it was so important to bring the hive into reality, to create a place where people could come every day and be called higher. A place that challenges you, equips you, and surrounds you with a collective that is impacting not just the city, but soon the nation. What? How? The nation? God damn it, these people. Fucking hubris. Because you are deeply loved by God, you have a purpose on this life. At the Hive, we are committed to seeing you walk it out in wholeness, health, and power. yeah, with my MLM. I want to show you, there's 2 videos from a while ago. Remember, mixing God and the MLM. They have this one that's called the Peach Farm. Ugh, vomit.
Is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name.
This is a gym. What the fuck are we doing? This is crazy. I just can't believe these people baptize each other. Just the most culty shit you've ever seen. And it's like, it feels like they're going to use that as a way of recruiting. I'm sorry, they're sneaky as fuck. They have no integrity. None. None. All right. One more. This is about something a little bit interesting, something a little bit different. When I found this, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. All right.
Stop with the cutesy It's time to tell that Jezebel spirit to get the away from your family. It cannot be allowed on your watch. When I became aware of realizing that this spirit was trying to come.
I forgot. God, that you said that. Stop with the cutesy shit. When I became aware of realizing, so she became aware that she was realizing something. You either become aware of something or you realize it's happening. Like, they try so hard to be professional and it's always falling apart at the seams. It's just crazy. It feels like collective gaslighting, but let's hear about the Jezebel spirit.
Up against my family, our future, our destiny, and the calling on my husband's life, on our family's life. I had to tell it to off. There was no other pleasant way.
That's how you know she's serious. All right, let's keep going.
Allow any text message. You block that person out of your phone. You block them on every platform. They cannot see and have access to your life any longer because you have an assignment. You have a destiny on your life. That controlling spirit has got to be removed. And sometimes this spirit, what I know and I've experienced in my own life, is the spirit can be very close to you. So you got to call it. You have to tell it, not on my watch. This means that relationship no longer, it's severed. You can't question, how can I make this better? How can I make this work? Take control of your life and stand up for yourself and stand up for the future that you know that God has planned for your life.
I just think it's super interesting that she is off on this tangent of the Jezebel spirit and the way she talked about it, on my husband's life, on my family's life. And she's so serious, she's going to swear. Ooh. And, it was so specific as well. So you have to get rid of you can't text them, you can't have their number, you can't have them on any of your platforms. Oh, did you catch a couple of DMs going to Doug, Tia? Also, let's blame the woman. It's the Jezebel spirit, right? Not Doug. He's fine. Doug's, he's just men. Had low T. He's had a post on his Facebook. I don't know anything else other than that because, again, he posted about having low T on Facebook. Doug, did you get gender affirming care? Because you got some testosterone shots because you had low T. Did it help? Because your post sure indicated that. Wouldn't it be nice if everybody who needed gender affirming care, even, just the basics, getting your hormone shots, wouldn't that be nice? Because if you can have it, why can't trans people? Just a thought. But yeah, it's just so typical to have somebody blaming the woman in that instance, and not even the actions of the person, it's the Jezebel spirit. It's like, no, we're humans. We make decisions about how we act. And you can't just say, oops, Jezebel spirit. No. No. You're responsible for what you do in this life. And you can defer to God, but it doesn't make, like, even if you think that's going to square you off with God, there's still the real life consequences from the people in your life who are the ones actually being dicked around. That you think, oh, well, as long as I'm doing the right thing by God. No, do the right thing by your fellow human. Yeah? All right. I have a bonus round. It's pretty exciting. He put his finger in the air, put his finger in the wind to see where that wind was blowing. And I don't think he has to be a genius to work this out. I think that this is fairly obvious in a country like America, that he realized his coaching had to go to religion, right? He used to have rank makers, and they used to do a conference every year. Last year they had it. Rhae was doing tours around the other network marketing companies, doing free trainings to get them to go to rank makers. I don't know. I never checked back up on that to see if he got the numbers. However, it was the last one, and then they started the Faith Over Fear with John Maxwell the first year. I think possibly John Maxwell was at the next one, but not as like the partner to Rhae. Anyway, so Rhae started infusing God into his training, coaching, and his life. He believes God is his personal bestie, I don't know, guide, constantly, to the extreme point of asking how many reps he should do at the gym, asking whether he's allowed to eat nuts, asking if he should go left or right. Like, seriously, he consults God for every decision in his life, and that's what he says. And it's just like, dude, not even the Pope does that. What? Are you trying to win Pious Person of the Year? Because there's no prize for that. No one's up for that nomination, dude. It just seems to be over the top. And so we've got a few posts from Rhae. So Rhae is not in an MLM. Oh, he started an MLM, a Bible app. And there's something about apps in his reels or posts. So I don't know what he's up to, but he is traditionally a coach. He is famous for, well, in my opinion, when one of the anti-MLM people, Jen Rahala, spoke up in a meeting, it was spectacular, fantastic. Always I finished my brain yesterday. I'm making another one for my colleague. I don't know if I was making this, but I made a brain brooch. It's really cool. I'm very happy with it. So A good woman is so valuable. God blessed me so much when he brought Jessica Higdon into my life. And it says Proverbs 18, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. And it is my opinion that Rhae just types into his Bible app, post about a good wife, something like that. And this person, I included this comment because I thought it was interesting. Better to live on a corner of the roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Proverbs 21:9. Troy, how about you get fucked? You want it quarrelsome? Show you fucking quarrelsome. Yeah, like you've got to be happy all the time. You can't be quarrelsome or fucking Troy will be up on the roof. Like, how ridiculous. How unattainable. You know? God damn these Christians. I can hear a bat right now. It's really annoying me. And I fucking love bats. So it needs to chill out. All right, this was a GIF, and basically you can see Rhae with his wife Jessica. Now, I largely think that this is an act that Rhae has been putting on because he, like I said, knew the way the wind was blowing, that coaching wasn't cutting it, and so he's on the religion grift. And it's like, you know what, Rhae? Most people don't pray for the cameras. And this might be a candid moment, but I bet it isn't. I bet that you were hoping somebody would take a picture of it. That's why you didn't in full, like within the vision of somebody near you who would have been documenting whatever you were doing. Yeah, it's a little bit sus. Anyway, I just think prayer and anything to do with like talking to your God is private. So, all right, it says, who else thinks God is moving? Stunning data reveals Christianity is surging in the USA. Bible sales are up. App downloads 79%. Oh, sorry. Bible sales up 41%. App downloads 79.5. Christian music streaming plus 50. What an amazing sight to see. Tag someone whom this might fire up. Now, yeah, it's problematic because he is an MLM coach. So if you're mixing this much God in, it's definitely I'm just seeing where he might have got this. They're always strong. Okay, so it says it's 22%. 22, not 41. Why is it always like you can't even be fucking you've just got to 22 is a good rate, like rise. But you can't do 22, can you? You've got to kick it up to 41. Like 2 different places have said 22. So why do you have to, and that's coming from the Wall Street Journal, which is, that's a reputable source. Maybe like, so it says, yeah, 44% of Gen Z adults between the age of 18 and 26 were either very or extremely curious about Jesus and or the Bible. And yeah, until they go to, like, I don't know, leave their small town. Yeah, I don't know where this figure's from, but obviously Rhae is mixing it in seamlessly. Next. This is so cringy.
I don't invest in myself due to lack of motivation. I do it to hit my goals faster. How about you? What? That doesn't even make sense. Do people invest in themselves because they want to be motivated? Lots of people are motivated and they invest in themselves. That's so bizarre. Where did that even come from? But watch this toast, if you will. Watch it again. Okay, ready? She drinks, he doesn't. Dead behind the eyes. And the way Jessica, look at it again. The way she just like, yeah, I fucking need this. I really need this. Why? I hope God said that was okay, Rhae. Did you ask him before you had that glass of champagne? I don't know about it. All right, next one. God is good, Rhae says. There is joy in the presence of the angels of God, Luke 15:10. And somebody's being baptized. Rhae is Why are random people baptizing other random people? What the fuck is this? I just, like, it's so confusing to me. How does this happen? Who's, like, I just always saw, I got baptized when I was 8. And there was a minister, like a fucking in a church. It wasn't in like a communal spa in a gym. It's so bizarre to me. And is God good? I don't know if everyone thinks God is good. Those people who are in, you know, medical debt or they're about to lose their healthcare in the US, I don't think they think God's real good. We got one last one because Kelsey Rhae, she's gonna finish this off here because she's the worst. And I found this screenshot and it is relative to what we are talking about right now, which is getting baptized. We're just in a random bar, like tub. It's so weird. I'm sorry. It's just weird. My future husband baptized me. These fucking people. And like, yeah, did he? Did you guys used to also have an OnlyFans that you used to fuck on and you made money from it? I don't care. Sex work is real work. My opinion is somewhere here. But you don't think so anymore. All right. Eric had originally planned to get baptized back in July, but like life often does, things didn't go as planned. At that time, I told him I wasn't ready, and the truth is, I didn't feel worthy yet. I didn't feel clean enough. That is like she thinks, she's being deep and everything, but it's also like, because of the whole sex work thing. It's a diss on other people too. She never misses that opportunity. Did that change between July and October? Not exactly, but my understanding of Jesus did. Over the past few months, I've stayed in my Bible. I prayed every single day and thought that I've started to genuinely build a relationship with Jesus. That used to sound so cringy to me. Like, how do you even have a relationship with someone who isn't physically here? But I know we have one now because of conviction. Yeah. That's been the biggest sign of my relationship with him. Conviction? Also, yeah, you can make it up. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it does sound cringy because you're just doing this as your next fucking scam. And it doesn't matter that you don't believe because you're not going to get punished for it because they're like that just doesn't exist. And this is just a bath, really, in front of other people. I'm no longer forcing myself to become the woman God created me to be. It's already within me. Getting closer to Him through prayer and the Word has simply revealed it. Is she saying I'm already perfect. I don't have to change. The things I used to do don't sit right with me anymore. I feel convicted, and because of that, I naturally don't do them. Yeah, so so she can have an abortion, right? But no one else can now. Sorry, my conviction, you're not allowed to have one. I had one. Yeah, it's true. I did have one. But you're not allowed to have one now because I believe in God and I've been reading this book. So you can't have one anymore. Oh, and LGBT, you can't be a lesbian, can't be gay. No. Even though she was in a same-sex relationship, apparently. But you can't. She can do all the sinning. I've been paid for, like, I've done sex work, but you can't because of my conviction. Like, it's such fucking hypocrite. That's the power of Jesus. Don't focus on trying not to sin. Focus on getting closer to Him. When you do, sin loses its grip. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think of all those priests from the Catholic Church knowing every single piece of scripture, being so close to God and still being pedophiles. Yeah. Yep. Don't worry about sin. Just stops happening if you read the Bible. That's why I chose to get baptized, and I'm so grateful that Eric was the one who baptized me. It brought us closer to each other and even closer to God. I can't wait to spend forever with you. I hope the person who needed to hear this is reading it right now and realizing they don't have to be perfect to come to Jesus. He wants you as you are. Fuck off, honestly. Like, she is so pathetic. So pathetic. She's still participating in a scam. If you are really as Christian as you say you are, you know exactly what MLMs are. You know your money comes from being predatory to people, that it comes from people who are not as well off as you. You know you have to lie. So if you're truly the Christian you are claiming to be, you need to leave MLM. Then I'll believe it, maybe. A little bit, that's conviction right there. But the rest of it is all bullshit. And this is just part of the act. And you know what? It's working at the moment. She's got a lot of engagement on this. But inevitably, because Kelsey Rhae is Kelsey Rhae, it's going to stop. And she's going to rage bait because that's what she knows to do. And she's going to put them off by trying to recruit them. Oh, you should join. Do you want to do you want to get healthy? They'll ask her a question. How do you get such a good body? You look good girl. Oh, I do fast. Like, she's going to do it. And that's where she'll burn people, because that's why she's burned through so many other fucking Facebook groups. We know it. We've got a list. We know. I don't need to repeat it. But
While I was cooking dinner, I was watching the I've Had It podcast. Highly recommend. Very on theme with what I am complaining about today. I swear also that Mabel has moved. She went to eat dinner, so it just looks like she hasn't moved. Don't want to Hassan this. And did Hassan shock his dog? No, shut the fuck up. Anyway, um, what they pointed out about like this prosperity gospel and these types of Christians that are around at the moment who celebrate MAGA, it's very selfish. It's very self-directed. It's all about my relationship with my creator, or my relationship with Jesus, my relationship with God, my pastor, my congregation, whatever. But it's always about, it's me, I first, and if the Bible was, if the teachings of